Okay, so this is part 2 of the 2-part project. So we just finished the balloon demo, and now we are moving on to the song project. To start this, you're going to click File, New Project. You're going to name it Song and then your name. And this one you can choose if you need it to be more of a landscape looking photo, like longer, then you can make the width 11 and the height 8.5. And it'll look more like this shape. But if you want it to be more of like a portrait type, you can do 8.5 for the width and 11 for the height, and then it'll look like this, a little bit taller. And the DPI should be 300, and the background should be white. You can choose whichever kind you would like. For my project, I actually chose the longer landscape, so I made it go this way. So then you just click create. I have already created one, so I'm just going to show you mine really fast. I chose the Monster Mash song because it's almost Halloween. And as you can see, I have lots of layers over here. So I used every single technique that we used in the balloon demo. So I'm just going to go ahead and undo all of these eyeballs so I can show you what I have done and how I made it. Okay, so first I started off, I googled all of these images. I looked at the lyrics of Monster Mash, and I tried to make something that was close to what the song described. So I found like a spooky background. I put this in the background. I kept my opacity at 100 just because it's the background. And then I found the little spooky haunted house and the little cemetery. I put that in the background as well. And then I found some pumpkins, and I used my eraser tool around the edges to blend it. Now it doesn't look perfect, but it's just an example. And then I found this witch's cauldron. I also used my eraser tool to blend this as well. I used skeletons. Here they are. I had some skeletons, and originally I had this white background, but I magic cut the white background out, and now they look like this. I can change that opacity down if I wanted to. Oh, that's the background. Here's my skeletons. So if I wanted to make them a little more spooky, like a ghost, I could do like this. Layer 8. These are my bats. I changed the opacity on my bats as well to make them look a little bit more into the background. I'm going to change the opacity on my pumpkins too a little bit. There we go. That way it looks all spooky and ghosty. And then I did my free pen tool. So here's the lyrics that I chose. I chose 3 lines of lyrics. You need at least 2 lines. 2 to 4 lines would be great. I chose 3. I just did the chorus here, and then I changed some of the words. I changed Monster Mash, Graveyard Smash, and Flash. These are the rhyming words. I changed the color, and I changed the font so they look like Halloween. I just kind of played around with this, and that's how I created this. So you guys are going to use the same exact tools that we used in the balloon demo. The eraser tool, we want to make sure we blend everything. You need at least 5, I believe, images. I wrote a little checklist for you. Let me just see what I have on there. Project checklist right here. This will be up. We're choosing a song. We need a background image, which mine was my moon. And right here it says, okay, we need at least 4 extra images. So I have my background. I have the haunted house, pumpkins, cauldron. I have skeletons, and I have bats. So I have 5 extra images. You need only at least 4. But try not to put the images just in the corners. I've had some students before just put images like here, 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 and here in all 4 corners, and it doesn't really look like a completely blended like setting. You want to make sure it looks, you're layering things on top of each other. You don't want to just put them in the corners because it's not really creating an image based on this project. And then of course we have 2 to 4 or more lines of lyrics. So obviously if you have like a longer chorus that you want to include and it's more than 4 lines, that's fine. Just make sure you have at least 2 lines. We want to make sure that we change the opacity for all the images and use the eraser tool to get those hard edges off. We want to utilize the fonts and text color and the sizes to emphasize certain words. But that is pretty much what we are creating. I also have a couple more images down here that are examples. I have this one. These are both student work. This one, you can see that they really use this font to make it look emphasize and stand out. They have all these blended things. These are also blended. They have the song lyrics in the background. That's a good idea too. And then here's my Monster Mash one. I did this one a little while ago. It looks a little bit different than this one. I kind of like this one better. So I have all these things blended and everything's, the edges are erased. That way they just kind of blend in with each other. So that is what we're doing for this project. Of course, if you have any questions, you can just ask me, let me know. I have a rubric here you can look at just to make sure that you're on the right track, and always check to make sure that you have everything on the checklist. So if you are finished with this, just make sure that you submit it and let me know if you need any help.